excuse me, leave me left alone, oh baby. Hello and welcome to the Sagittarius total solar eclipse. Don't worry if you are like missing the live, it's totally okay. This is very, very last minute, and it is going to be a much chiller. We're just gonna chill, we're gonna relax. It's probably gonna be a shorter thing, a shorter presentation. I already put up the 3 hours of interpretation of this eclipse for all of the, what is always happening to me, for all of the 12 sun signs on Patreon, patreon.com/theartigan. Hey, Rosie, but yeah, we're live. Oh, my cappies. I love having my cappies here. So, I forgot to tell everyone on Instagram, sorry. Yeah, it's weird that lunar eclipse in Gemini, I was so like, oh, it's gotta be perfect. Now that we're in the total solar eclipse for Sagittarius, just like, what happens is gonna happen. It's like kind of funny. Hey, Jeff, welcome, welcome. Cal Sophia, hey, C, hey, Alina, woohoo! All right, guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, it's, and you know, that really kind of is the vibe. It really is the vibe with this total solar eclipse and just going with the flow of things. Won't be hurt. See, exactly. Things, people, there's stuff happening. Basically, it's a major alignment. We haven't had a total solar eclipse in 18 months, and we haven't had this axis happening since about 2002. So if you were alive, if you were incarnated, take a look back at that time, see what was going on in your life. Whew, because this is a big one, guys. This is like, I wanted to title this something like, what is no longer your truth? But that's basically, in a nutshell, anything that's not in alignment with you, with your integrity, with like the actual truth, not just what you've perceived to be the truth or what you want to be the truth, that's all going to fall away. And the more we resist it, the more we push against it, the more painful it's going to be. It's just going to be like ripped away. Yeah, painful. So it's all about release and let go. And it's in Sagittarius. It's ideologies and belief systems and should. Mercury's there. Mercury's super combust and like burnt up like a crispy little crisper. So, and this is really karmic. This is karma that's from past lives. It's, you know, from this lifetime, ancestral. It's just like a lot. It's all coming down on you. You chose to incarnate here and to carry this burden and to release and let go. So I am actually going to do a little breakdown of all 12 signs here for you guys on the live, so you guys can just kind of get a little Scooby snack of what it's going to be. Basically, oh, and I put also on my Instagram, I put that Ted Bundy quote. That's another thing, is that there's always so many different things to say about all of spirituality, all the different facets, and I cover psychism, tarot, and astrology. So I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, Patreon, YouTube. Check it all out if you're into it. And just different ways to say that stuff. So there's that. But, oh, that's right, Ted Bundy. So I put this Ted Bundy quote, and you can kind of hear it in his voice, like his whole concept of God and this God complex. And it's like a very dramatic analogy to what this means for us, like on that personal level. But we all have a very set way, a very set idea of something in our lives, where the Sagittarius energy is, especially if you have any personal planets in Sagittarius, you really just want to flush the karmic toilet. Ugh, it's gross. So basically what you initiate, because you can initiate at this time. For certain signs, it is more about letting go and really going with the flow. But you can definitely, if you are divinely inspired, if you really are guided, you can initiate and create a lot of incredible fated things right now. And that's this is like the hand of fate here. So if you do initiate, if you are feeling inspired, like genuinely inspired, not driven by ego or some unconscious toxic motivation or whatnot, you may still miss some information. There may still be things that you don't know, but also expect to not have total control over the outcome, even though you initiated it, even though you're creating it. The path to get there, the steps may not look like you want them to look. They may look a little different. They may look a little bit strange or something, but it'll be exactly what you need. You'll have the experiences you need to have. You'll have everything that you need to get to where you're going. And you just have to have that trust, that faith. And that's what Neptune's doing, hopefully. Don't devolve into fear or disillusion or phobias or anxieties, or, be careful of deceptive, lying individuals, people that are deluding themselves, gaslighting themselves, and just stay in your own little bubble of high vibration of love, truth, and integrity, because May 26th, 2021 is going to be the culmination point. That's when we see how it all works out. So I titled this on my paper, Time to Realign, Release in Order to Make Space, and to be really flexible with that. And it's just interesting because, the ruler of this eclipse is Jupiter, who's in his fallen Capricorn. So that's a negative. That is like a fall of a solar figure, a fall. We can lose our fathers, our husbands, our brothers, our sons, our nephews, our uncles. There's a fall from grace there. So someone can be knocked down, like physically, someone could die or pass on or be injured in a big way, or they can just fall from your idea of them, like who you thought this person was, what you expected from them, and this solar force, a solar figure, and then they disappoint you in some way, shape, or form, or they're just not as strong, or they're not as whatever, or maybe they are very self-righteous. It's something like that. So expect that. However, Jupiter very, very soon will move on into Aquarius, and so will Saturn. So right now at this eclipse, Saturn's at the 29th degree of Capricorn, ending out like a really long journey in Capricorn. So my Cappies, so so basically something can be perceived as a crisis. Something can look like it's blowing up. It needs to burn off that karma, but then it's going to take a major turn for the positive. So anything that may look like loserish, or may look like a bad situation, or look like something's going very south, just hold out. Don't get into the fear. Stay out of the fear. Stay into the optimism, because it's going to take a turn. And just trust that anything that does fall away, that does fall down, whatever that is, it's not serving your higher purpose and your true alignment. You have to trust that. Got to have the faith. Neptune squaring this new total solar eclipse. So that can be delusion, self-delusion, gaslighting, fog, lack of clarity, lack of faith, or it can be very inspiring and giving you that oomph, giving you that creativity. Neptune's extremely creative, can be extremely creative, can also be very romantic. So make that grow all the positive photons, and steer your energy, control your energy. Now, Mars is squaring Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, and Capricorn. So there's still power issues, power struggles. Just remember that all the frustration, all that power stuff is really just inside. We're probably just impatient. We're probably, Mars will leave the shadow like January 2nd or 3rd or something. So it's going to be a little bit longer. We may just have to hold out a little bit longer, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Now, Uranus is also squaring Saturn and Jupiter, which is interesting because there's going to be a lot of that in 2021. Mars and Taurus being squared by Jupiter and Saturn and Aquarius. It's going to be, like I said, hard for farmers, hard for land, hard for, I'll get into that later. But at this lunation, it's interesting because they're in the sign, they're in compatible earth signs, but they're still squaring. So you really got to go with the flow here, man. You just got to go with the flow, because Uranus is going to just break you out of stuff, just break you out. Oh, that's another thing about newfound freedoms. Freedoms can be sort of forced onto us at this time. And I know what you're thinking. How can that possibly be a negative? Well, think about getting broken up with. Someone breaks up with you. You're like, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. But you are like free to just, or when you lose your job, you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? But you're actually free. Hold on. This is a priority. Okay. Forgot where I was. Let's just talk about Venus. Venus is in the late degrees of Scorpio at this total solar eclipse. And she is sextiling Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. So that's nice. We like this. She is in Mars's house a little bit, but so she's not usually that like confident here in Scorpio. She was digging up a lot of stuff, kind of smoothing over what Mercury was retrograding over. Oh yeah, October was rough, but now she's making this really supportive sextile. So what you do initiate over the next 6 months can be very solidifying. It's positive. It's meant to be. Okay, let's get into your 12 sign breakdowns. See what's going on in the chat. Hey, everybody. All right. Okay, so Aries, let's start with you. And I just wrote it all down, so I'm just gonna read it. And then that'll be that. Aries, sun, moon, and rising. If this is your sun and your rising, then you are gonna expect this more of like a physical manifestations, things changing in your life. If you're an Aries moon, you are feeling this more subjectively. You want to release belief systems that are overly self-righteous, dogmatic, or are not helping you in your life's relationships. I'm sure like all of you guys just like clicked off right now. My Aries. Trigger warning for Aries. Replace with thoughts and beliefs that serve you in getting and keeping what you really want in life. So for you, Aries, this is happening in your very natural 9th house because you start the whole zodiac. Taurus, you want to let go of situations and circumstances of the past that may have had a psychological hold over you. Yeah, Taurus, this is going to be rough for you guys. This is your 8th house. It's going to be painful. I'm sorry, Taurus. Empower yourself in healing and in your spirituality. I mean, you can say stuff like that, but I just know that you're going to be feeling it. You're going to be seeing things and it's not going to sink in. So just watch this later when the crisis hits, because the past for you, Taurus, is what's holding on you so grippingly tight in your grip. So Gemini, you gems want to release old relationship dynamics of how you think and behave. You yourself. This is a big one for you because this is your axis. It's Sagittarius, Gemini. So over the next 2 years, you're going to be going through. Hold on. I'll get right back to you, Gemini. I'll be right there. All right, your relationship. So Geminis, you are changing and becoming someone entirely new. Yourself, your relationships are going to change a lot over the next 2 years, and your connections to yourself and to other people will need to change and adjust accordingly. Cancer, you want to let go of routines that are not in alignment with your integrity, any health habits that do not serve your larger goals and ambitions for your life. This is very physical for you, Cancer. It's like being healthy, staying healthy, taking care of your body, taking care of your day-to-day. The 6th house is everything that it takes to run our life, to live our life, like waking up, brushing our teeth, our routines, like all of that, like the engine of life stuff. So that's for you, Cancer. Leo, this is actually really good for you, Leo, sun, moon, risings. This is about karmic connections and how, if you have children, how you raise children. If you have children, you may birth children, have children over the next 6 months, learn of pregnancies, that kind of thing, or romance or creativity. It's how you connect with someone you love romantically as well. This is a huge, powerful new beginning for all Leos in manifesting their heart's desire. So focus on overcoming your fears. That's Neptune again. Virgo, sun, moon, rising. This is karmic family situations. And with the home, what did I write? I'm sorry. My handwriting is just, I have excellent handwriting. I just want to say that. Just sometimes it's irregular. Karmic family situations with the home need to be worked out as you reach for your place in the world. That's right. So this is your 4th, 10th house axis. Mars can make you super motivated or simply obsessive in getting through any hurdles in family, career. Change is a must. That's right. You have Mars in your 8th house. Let me look at the chart. Hold on. For Virgos. Yeah, sun, moon, rising. You have Mars in your 8th house. You're just like, you're going to get this done. Nothing's going to stop you. So that's good. That's a good one. That's good. Libra, sun, moon, rising. Huge karmic transitions in regards to your beliefs. This is actually your mind, the house of your mind. Your mind, education, faded messages for you, Libra. You're going to be hearing some news over the next 6 months that really rocks your world. But it's going to allow you to let go and move on from something. And you're just going to take life into whole new directions because of that. And it's going to affect your one-to-one relationships in a huge way. Scorpio, fated transitions to move past old ways of looking at and behaving in your finances. It's your money house, Scorps, also value system. So fated new financial situations will all align you with your path. So whatever's going on in the finances, go with it, go with the flow and trust. It's aligning you. Saggies, congrats, Sagittarius. This is your eclipse. This is a fated fresh start for you in like your entire life. It's a huge one. Pay attention to all the synchronicities. Anything outside of your belief system and integrity will fall away. Anything outside of your personal integrity, all that's like for everyone, but for you, Sag, it's like your entire life. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let what wants to go, go. Welcome what wants to stay. There's this really cool German saying that I like, komme was wolle. Like what wants to come in, let it come in. Capricorn, I know, Cappies, I know. We're almost there. We are the kings and queens of delayed gratification. But first you've got to let go of karmic clutter. This is a huge thing. This is probably the hardest. It's a big one for you, Capricorn. You're sloughing off a lot of karma, a lot of past life karma, ancestral karma, family karma, particularly. It's huge. It's really, really deep. You want to rest. You want to chill. This is very seriously introspective. And what else did I say? Oh, yeah. So logic may not serve you very well. You have to follow your intuition. You have to go with your feeling. Past lives karmic patterns are now to be abolished once and for all. So you like let it stack up your karmic debt. Now you're getting it all done in this lifetime, but it's going to be massive, happy, fantastic rewards, especially after all of this moves into Aquarius. Aquarius, speaking of you, karmic reset transitions and endings with your friendships and associations, old connections. Oh, old connections that are karmic can actually come back to you, Aquarius. So pay attention for that. Feels fated to connect with these people. Go with that flow. Only spend money on your values. Oh, I think that's Neptune in your second house. I haven't really been looking up. Pisces, letting go of karmic baggage that's out of higher alignment in what you do for work, career, and destiny. Anything that, if you're doing anything for work, like if you are, I don't know, working in Dr. Evil's lair, then that's out of your alignment and integrity and you're going to lose your job. Dr. Evil's going to fire you and it's going to be okay because it's not good for you anyway. Okay, guys, I love you so much. That was just a little Scooby snack. There's 3 hours of all 12 zodiac signs on the Patreon if you're into more of that. And thank you for joining me. Oh, it's only 18 minutes. It's okay. The lunar eclipse in Gem was super duper long. So I love you guys. Take really good care. I'm going to let you go and do more eclipsey things. And I will see you guys. I'll go live again soon. I love you guys. Mwah, 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 mwah.